So it's no secret that AI videos are everywhere, right? If you're on Reels right now or TikTok, you've probably seen a few already today. But what happens when your image or voice is used without your permission?
That was the first time that I have seen, at least, an AI-generated account take my video, my whole words. I didn't even know it was AI.
This is a miraculous story. And so
Ali Palmer is a content creator who usually makes videos about her life as a mum. But recently, journalists with NPR reached out to her to tell her they believed her content was being ripped off and replicated using AI.
That man jumped in without hesitation. The fact that the boat is going this way.
They told her that based on this video, her voice and mannerisms were being used by an apparent AI-generated character.
In a pool in the open ocean after falling.
The AI person looks just like a real gentleman who is just saying what I said, right? He was speaking in his voice, but saying everything I said, word for word. Even the intonation in my voice.
This is nothing short of a freaking miracle.
This is nothing short of a freaking miracle.
How does it make you feel that these AI generators can kind of just take your entire personality, essentially, and turn it into another video?
It feels very violating. Right now, it's very low risk scenarios for me and my family. If it ever were to be something more scary, I would hope that TikTok would have a better response to mitigate the situation.
Now, we've seen countless examples of celebrity deepfakes.
For Aniston here,
or content creators' likeness used to sell things.
Girl on here who put me onto Nature's Empic was to wear, "You're gonna be snatched in the face. The waist all the way down, baby, but y'all, it's like a natural laxative."
And CBC's visual investigations team uncovered that a Canadian pharmacist is the key figure behind the world's most notorious deepfake porn site. Now, one bill in Denmark is hoping to address these issues of creating deepfakes without a person's consent. It wants to allow its citizens to copyright their digital identities, which would make it one of the first attempts to do this. In an interview with The Guardian, Denmark's Minister of Culture says the bill sends a message that everybody has the right to their own body, their own voice, and their own facial features.
That means that they effectively have ownership about how they appear in the digital world.
The experts we spoke to say this particular bill takes a different approach because it would use copyright law to regulate AI.
It's saying to make this future-proof, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of provide a new foundation for how we think about how we own and control and protect our likeness in a world where it can be easily cloned.
Once passed, IDA says the moment someone's likeness has been used without permission, any citizen will then have the right to ask a social media company to take it down, or they could face a fine. There are some caveats, though.
So violating copyright is not something that the state is necessarily going to prosecute a perpetrator for. This is something that you would be expected to bring a civil case to.
It's not clear if the responsibility will be placed only on the platform, and whether social media companies could take action on the users that actually post these videos. There's also an exemption on satire and parody, which IDA says could raise questions about what is satire or not. And one lawyer tells me that likeness is not often used in copyright law.
It is a bit of an odd fit to try and recognize likeness rights under copyright because traditionally copyright relates to creations of specific forms of works and really does relate to original works.
The bill is expected to pass through Danish Parliament in the fall. But that left us wondering, how does this compare to Canada's AI legislation?
We don't have any sort of hard law, like enforceable laws, regulations that are specifically about AI.
Now, Attard Frost says the government has made a lot of voluntary commitments when it comes to the use of AI in multiple sectors, but Canadians are still waiting on a formal act, like the EU AI Act, that entered into force last year in Europe. We reached out to the Ministry of Artificial Intelligence and Digital Innovation about Canada's plans for AI regulation. They said while existing digital safety laws provide some important protections, we know they were not designed with generative AI in their initial creation. They also said they are reviewing existing frameworks, monitoring court decisions, and listening closely to both legal and technological experts. This includes watching what the EU and UK are doing when it comes to regulation. We also asked the Minister of Justice about Prime Minister Mark Carney's election campaign promise to criminalise
producing and distributing non-consensual sexual deepfakes.
In an email, the spokesperson for the Minister of Justice said the government is committed to making the distribution of non-consensual sexual deepfakes a criminal offence. This is a priority for us, and work is underway to ensure the law reflects that. Now, back to Ali Palmer. At the time of recording this, the video is still active on TikTok. After the NPR investigation, this AI-generated label was applied. But we asked TikTok why the video hasn't been removed. They didn't get back to us with a statement, but a spokesperson shared TikTok's copyright page, which suggests Palmer could file a copyright infringement report to TikTok. They didn't say if that would lead to the removal of the video.